I should have known better than to joke on an open interstellar frequency. It was 2:13 a.m. on the orbital maintenance platform EOS 9, and I was halfway through recalibrating a broken plasma conduit when I said the words that would irreversibly alter my life. I swear, I muttered into my comms unit, broadcasting casually to the public civilian channel. At this point, I don't need a promotion. I need a wife. Preferably one who can fight off space pirates and remind me to eat. The mechanic in Docking Bay 3 laughed. Someone else sent a sarcastic applause emoji through the channel. I chuckled and went back to work. I didn't know that somewhere beyond the Veil Nebula, in a warship carved from black crystal and orbiting a dying red star, a vampire warrior heard me. And she answered. The arrival. 3 days later, the alarm started. At first, we assumed pirates. EOS 9 wasn't exactly prime real estate, but pirates targeted anything that floated and had metal attached to it. The station trembled as something massive dropped out of warp directly above us. I rushed to the viewport. The ship that hovered there wasn't pirate-made. It wasn't Federation-issued either. It was regal, dark and angular, like a cathedral fused with a weapon. Crimson energy pulsed through vein-like structures across its hull. Unknown vessel, the station AI announced. Design origin, Varkeshan Dominion. The room went silent. Varkeshans were not pirates. They were conquerors. And they were vampires. Not the mythical Earth kind with capes and coffins. No. These were apex predators of the Orion Arm, an ancient warrior species that fed on bioelectric life force and ruled through ritual combat and blood oaths. We had no defense against one of their warships. A beam of red light descended from the vessel and struck the docking platform. And then she stepped out. She was tall, easily 6.5 feet, with pale silver skin that shimmered faintly in starlight. Her long white hair flowed behind her like liquid moonlight. Crimson markings traced down her arms, glowing softly. 2 elegant horns curved backward from her temples, and her eyes. Her eyes were deep, luminous red. She wore black war armor etched with sigils. A blade rested at her hip, and she looked directly at me. Security scrambled. Blasters aimed. She ignored them all. Her voice carried across the platform, smooth and commanding. Which one of you is the human who requested a wife capable of combat and nutritional supervision? Silence. Then every head slowly turned toward me. I blinked. It was a joke. Her gaze sharpened. I do not understand this word. Oh no. She walked toward me, each step deliberate. The air felt heavier, charged. I couldn't move. Not from fear exactly, but from the overwhelming presence she carried. She stopped inches from me. You're Daniel Carter? She asked. Yes. She studied me like I was a puzzle she intended to solve violently. You have issued a public declaration of need. Under Dominion law, such a statement is considered an open mating challenge. My brain stopped working. What? You requested a mate. A warrior. I am General Seralith Virex of the 9th Crimson Legion. I accept your challenge. The security chief swallowed hard. Sir, do you know this woman? Not personally, I croaked. Seralith extended a clawed hand toward me. By right of conquest and claim, you are now under my protection. You will come with me. I didn't mean it like that. I protested. Her brow furrowed slightly. You did not. No. It was sarcasm. The word echoed in the vacuum of cultural misunderstanding. She leaned closer. In my culture, words broadcast across stars carry weight. You express desire for a warrior mate. I have not been challenged in centuries. I found the audacity appealing. Appealing? The station commander cleared his throat nervously. General, with respect, Earth is not part of the Dominion. She glanced at him. And yet your humans sent a mating signal across unrestricted frequencies. I whispered, "That's not what that was." She looked back at me. "Then clarify your intent." I opened my mouth. Nothing came out. Because here was the problem. I had meant it jokingly. But also not entirely. I was lonely. Tired. Drifting through space doing maintenance work while the galaxy moved on without me. And this terrifying, magnificent alien warlord had crossed light years because of something I said. Finally, I muttered, "I didn't think anyone would actually answer." Her eyes softened slightly. I did. Taken to the Warship. Under diplomatic confusion and mild panic, I agreed to board her vessel for clarification. The moment I stepped inside, I understood something important. The Varkeshans were not monsters. They were disciplined. The interior of her ship was vast and elegant. Crimson-lit corridors, banners bearing sigils of ancient victories, warriors moving with silent precision. They all stared at me, not with hatred, with curiosity. Sarilith walked beside me. "They believe you are either extraordinarily brave," she said quietly, "or catastrophically foolish." Still deciding myself, I replied. She made a faint sound that might have been amusement. We entered a grand chamber overlooking space. The dying red star outside painted everything in blood-colored light. "This is my command deck," she said. "If you are to be my claimed mate, you must understand my world." I didn't agree to. She raised a hand gently. "You have not refused." I paused. She was right. "Why me?" I asked. She turned toward the star. "For centuries I have fought, conquered, led legions. But among my kind, strength is predictable. Power is constant. There is no surprise." She looked at me again. "You, however, broadcast vulnerability to the galaxy with humor." I blinked. "That's not strength." "It is," she said firmly. "To expose weakness publicly is either stupidity or courage." "Probably stupidity." She stepped closer. "And yet you stood before me instead of fleeing." I swallowed. "Running wouldn't have helped." "Correct," she said calmly. I sighed. "This is insane." "Yes," she agreed. "That caught me off guard." "You acknowledge that?" Interspecies bonding initiated by misinterpreted sarcasm is statistically uncommon. Despite everything, I laughed. She tilted her head. "You smile often." "It's a coping mechanism. I find it disarming." The challenge, the problem, as it turned out, wasn't whether she wanted me. It was whether her people would allow it. Within days, whispers spread across the Dominion fleet. Their undefeated general had claimed a fragile human engineer as her mate. Some respected her choice. Others saw weakness. Varkeshan society revolved around dominance. And soon a challenge came. Commander Drakshan, 7 feet tall, armored in bone-like plating, issued a formal duel request. Not against me. Against her. "If the human weakens you," Drakshan declared before the assembled warriors, "then I will remove the weakness." My stomach dropped. Sarilith's eyes glowed brighter. "You question my strength?" "I question your judgment," he replied. The duel was set. And if she lost, I would be unclaimed, which in Dominion terms meant disposable. I confronted her in her quarters before the duel. "You don't have to do this," I said. She was sharpening her blade, calm as ever. "Yes, I do." "Because of pride?" She looked up. "Because if I retreat now, they will see you as leverage." The word hit me hard. Leverage. I don't want to be the reason you fight your own people. "You are not the reason," she said quietly. "You are the catalyst."